Alright, Shalom. It's your brother Yerushalayim from the GMS Champaign, Illinois branch. For all things, I'm going to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakak Alright, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and citation to all the Akim that's pushing this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Alright, Shalom. I'm just going to get straight into this.
Can you admit today that you said every black kid can get reparented on a wellness farm? Can you admit that you said that?
Can get reparented on a wellness
Well,
farm?
let me read exactly what you said. You said every black kid is now just standard. Put on Adderall, on SSRIs, benzos, which are known to induce violence, and those kids are going to have a chance to go somewhere and get reparented. To live in a community where there'll be no cell phones, no screens. You know, you claimed, in fact, you went on to say, actually the whole transcript was even worse. You said that if you could, you would send, quote, every black kid, again, your words, not mine, to go live on farms and work. Is that your...
I would have to hear that recording because
Well, I have the recording.
I have no memory of saying anything like that.
Yeah, well, I actually have the recording that I can give to you, but it is absolutely what you said.
Alright, so for people who don't know, this is RFK Jr., alright, which is actually JFK, alright, former President JFK nephew, alright. So all these elites, it just lets you the mindset of these devils that's in high places, man, alright, and how they truly feel about you niggas, man, alright. This is how the world view you niggas, man, as somebody who needs to be hoarded up, all right, and put in put in prison homes, all right. That's how this damn devil thinks about you niggas, man. So let me grab this real quick. Is that I just had it. Shalakia, bear with me 1 second. Jeremiah 2:14, it says, "Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?" All right, so that's how these nations, all right, treat the Israelites, man. All right, you look at all our past captivities there and putting into a slavery after slavery, and then you're gonna know that it's a major repayment for this, all right, especially at the hands of these goddamn Edomites, right? Hey, they talk about Jake as if he's some goddamn cattle or some shit, man. All right, excuse my French. All right, but hey, that's how these damn devils act, man. Let me grab this real quick before I play. This is Amos. Matter of fact, start at verse. I'm gonna start at verse 9. Yeah. Amos 1:9. "Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions against Tyrese, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom, and remembered not the brotherly covenant." All right. It says, "But I will send a fire on the wall of Tyrus, which shall devour the palaces thereof. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword." All right. So Esau, Edom, right? He's been slaying us for centuries at this point. All right. And it says, "For he did pursue his brother with a sword, and did cast off all pity." All right. So this devil, you see, he, even with all the lowest deplorable state that he got our people in, only thing that's this devil worried about is doing it even more. All right. How can we break them even further? All right. How can we plummet, all right, their marriage rates even harder? Which we don't believe in, getting married on this side, but just the family structure things. All right. All right. You shouldn't be getting married because sex is marriage. All right. Biblically. All right. But just Esau Edom, he's all bent on destroying our people, man. All right. How can we lock more of them up? All right. And now what? These devils, you got to see how these devils are coming, man. Hey, you see how they're treating homeless. All right. It's really a crime to be homeless in certain places now, man. And in the same breath, you got this devil creating these homeless concentration camps, all right? Right? Where they said that people can be thrown in there involuntarily. All right, so it's not even up to you if you want to go to the homeless shelter. They force you in there, right? Just because you can't afford to be housed somewhere. And these are the devils who spiking up the goddamn rent. It's all systematically happening. All right? These are the wiles of the devil, man. It says, because he did pursue his brother with a sword and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. All right? So this devil, right, yeah, you see one thing I always bring up is, hey, before the truth, I used to be searching for a reason why these fucking devils hated our people so much, and I could never understand it until the Lord, woke me up to this truth, because it didn't make sense. All right, it's a reason that it didn't to me, because it's a spiritual thing, man, and I was a natural man at the time. All right, so I just couldn't wrap my head around the type of hatred these devils got. But once you come into the truth and you learn who we are as a people and who they are, you see why. All right, this is always gonna be these damn devils' mindset. All right, you got to know your enemies, man.
If you want me to play it, I can. RFK lied to Congress yesterday. Here's how it went. You suggested that black children on ADHD medication should be reparented. You said every black kid is now just standardly put on Adderall, SSRI, benzos, which are known to induce violence, and that those children are going to have to go somewhere to get reparented. Have you ever reparented, or parented, I should say, a black child?
I don't even know what that phrase means, and I doubt
just
that I
yes
said
or no answer.
I doubt that I said that phrase. No, I'm not going to answer something that I didn't say.
You absolutely said it. I watched the full interview, and here's what he says. To prove.
Alright, well let me go to this other video real quick. In fact, I'm gonna pause it and be right back with y'all. Alright, it's another video from a GMS dedication. Alright, if you ain't subscribed, go subscribe to the elder page, man, and get edified as well.
Wait, what did he just say? There's going to be people of means who are going to travel, and then there's going to be people maybe who of lesser means who might actually be able to use an Oculus or a Magic Leap or some other kind of device to travel to the same place, but from their own couch. But in many ways, it's actually going to create even more distance between those two people. That psychologically, and I think that we've experienced this through social media. In many ways, it's brought people closer in certain ways, but actually created this remarkable divide because it's even more visible, actually, the divide in certain ways.
I really hope you guys are paying attention, because this is what rich people are literally planning the future for the rest of us. While we're all going to be stuck in apartments that we'll never be able to purchase, never be able to afford, wearing Oculus for our vacation time because we can't afford a real one, because we got to go to work tomorrow, because we have to work 7 days a week, 3 jobs just to pay that rent and that car payment and the gasoline to put in the car that you can't even afford in the first place, while the rich people are jet-setting all over the world, enjoying themselves and having a good time, living like kings, while the rest of us, slaves, live like slaves. Stay.
All right, so these is what these devils have planned, man. All right, they want you. As a matter of fact, let me go grab the scripture first. Second Esdras, I'm gonna start at 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. All right, so the word sedition goes into uprising against authority. All right, so it's gonna be uprisings against these politicians, your mayors, all right, presidents, governors, so on and so forth. It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, all right, which all those things I just named, your presidents, governors, mayors, all those things are modern day princes and kings. It says in the course of their actions shall stand in their power, meaning they're going to do whatever they feel like they want to do. It says, A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right. So, as you can see, man, that's why they're creating a lot of these smart cities. All right, 15-minute cities where everything is that you supposedly need to sustain yourself is gonna be all around you. Right? They're creating a digital prison for you people, man. All right, and it's coming real soon. All right, while the world is playing and niggas is playing. All right, the infrastructure for these things are being built. All right, and it's here.
Safe. Stay free.
This is the door closing that's not intended to be opened again. And the idea is everything you do, everything eventually, you will need a digital ID. And your digital ID will be connected to a digital currency. If you want to see what's planned for the West tomorrow, then look at China today, where if you are not behaving in a way that the government wants you to behave, then you lose credits in their social credit system. And if you lose enough, you can't go on a plane, you can't go on a train, basically take part in mainstream society. You are excluded. This is a global agenda. This is not about Keir Starmer, he's a gopher. It's not about Donald Trump, he's a gopher. And they're gophers for this global network that I call the global cult. And
Yeah, right. All those people he named are what? They're low-level pawns of the elites. All right, they're just doing their bidding. All right. So, hey man, this world, you people about to find out, man. All right, once this thing is like, once you reference China, all right, when you go and you look at what's going on in China with their social credit score, you see, all right, exactly how America is finna fall into that, man. All right, because you have people over there in China where, hey, when they disobey certain things, jaywalk, all right, don't pay certain things, all right, they're locked out of basic daily shit you need in life as far as transportation. All right, buses won't allow them to get on. They're not able to rent cars. All right, rent from houses. They're pretty much exiled out of society. All right, this is coming over here real soon, man. Hey, people think this shit make believe, and the Lord is about to show Himself. All right, and if you don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're gonna bend the knee to this system. All right, but this devil, he's bringing in a big brother state where everything's being watched at all times, which we're already here. But hey, man, once AI is fully ingrained into this, you people gonna see, man. So this is Lamentations 4:18. It says, "They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come." All right, because that's what this devil do. Right, he hunts your steps, man. All right, he wants to be like the Most High. He wants to know everything about you. All right, he wants to know how many times, all right, you farted today, man, and did you go past your CO numbers with it, man? All right. It sounds funny, but this is exactly the type of mindset this devil has, man. All right, he wants to regulate things like that. It's not a joke. It says our persecutors are swifter than the eagles. All right, so that's how you know who this is representing. The Lord always represents the wicked. He symbolized them with the eagle, man. And when you look at America, what's the animal symbol for America? The eagle. All right, letting you know that this is Babylon the Great. All right, you look in ancient Rome, their symbol was what? The eagle. All right, Germany, the eagle. Ancient Edom, the eagle. All right, you gotta know these things. All right, history points to these devils being the wicked, Esau, Edom. It says our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven, and they pursued upon the mountains, and they laid wait for us in the wilderness. All right. So you have to know, man. You have to know who you're dealing with this damn devil, man.
Idea is to eventually have a world government which won't be elected, purely appointed technocrats, bureaucrats, that will oversee this AI digital system. And you won't be able to go anywhere in the world without this system is tracking you. Here we are now looking at this line in the sand, and if we allow it to be crossed, it's going to be very, very difficult to push back. And that's why it's so vital that the people of, well, this country, but all countries, realize the scale of freedom deletion this digital ID is a massive step towards and fundamental to the deletion of freedom.
Shalom, what I would like to give
Right. So let me grab some real quick. Alright, so this is Revelation 13 and 16. It says, "And he caused of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man may buy or sell, save he that have the mark, in the name of the beast, and the number of his name." All right. So that RFID, all right, micro C-hip, all right. This is what's coming, man. This is eventually, it's gonna, they're gonna start off with the digital ID. Things are gonna be voluntary, and eventually things are gonna turn mandatory. All right, and they're gonna start pricking you people, man. All right. I'm Shalaki. I'm trying not to get this page striked. So I'm trying to word myself the right way. But that MARK of the beast, hey, it's here, man. It's here. So I'm gonna end it right there. Lord willing, this was edifying for the elect's sake, who we endure all things for. So with that, let me give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders, great millstone. Till next time, Akim, Shalom.